Jaron Lanier, a technologist, computer scientist at Microsoft, and virtual reality pioneer, says this is just the right time to delete all your social media accounts in a new book. He joins us now on set. Jaron, it's great to have you here.
Hey, thanks for having me here. Always love being on the Squawk.
So this morning, we have this news from the Supreme Court about a change in how sales taxes are collected, or at least can be collected by the states. It seems the rules are changing around technology. Why shouldn't we all stick around these social media accounts and pressure them to do things differently instead of abandoning ship?
I don't advocate abandoning ship entirely. I'm asking people to get off them for a while as kind of a personal growth exercise to get to know the world outside of them. In fact, in the book, I say, I don't know you. I don't know if it's the right thing for you to be on these things or not. I'm saying get off them for a while, get to know the world without the subtle manipulations of these algorithms that are taking your data and trying to figure out how to change you. Then you know yourself well enough you can make your own decision. That's all I'm saying. And I really want to make something clear. I happen to love Silicon Valley. My friends and I sold a company to Google. I think they're really cool. I have a lot of dear friends at Facebook. The last thing I want to do is hurt these companies. I celebrate their success. But actually, I think pressuring them to change their business model would be the best thing in the world for their shareholders. You want to hear why?
Sure.
Yes.
All right. The reason why is that even though of the tech giants, there's 5 tech giants, there's only 2 that depend on what we call the advertising model, where they're gathering all this data and then using it to calculate ways to manipulate you subtly, right? Google, Facebook. Of the 5, which 2 have failed to diversify their profit centers? Google and Facebook, right? So
even though Facebook's been broken up into multiple apps, you're talking about
the profit center is always the same thing of getting your data, convincing advertisers that it gives them an edge, that they'll be left out if they don't do it. So if you look at Google and Facebook, they've made billions of dollars of investments in attempts to diversify their profit centers, and all they're doing is diversifying their cost centers. Whereas if you look at Amazon, Apple, Microsoft, they've actually diversified their profit centers. So my point is that bringing in real economics, where people pay for these new videos that Facebook's going to give them, which I think is great, but if they do something like Netflix, where people are paying for what they want, they can be part of peak TV, they can get better quality stuff, and they can diversify their profit center. So this is good for Silicon Valley.
I've got to hear of the 10 reasons in your book.
Yeah.
What do you think is the most persuasive?
Well, the 2 that mean the most to me are the last 2. There's the one about economics, which is what I've just been talking about.
Understood.
There's another one which somehow feels a little out of place here on the trading floor, which is more about spirituality, about whether we all start to believe that we're part of some giant computer and there's not really a soul, there's nothing internal to you, but you're just like this big program that'll eventually be subsumed. And and I don't like that worldview. And I think when people are participating in this system where their data is being taken and they're being manipulated, they're kind of subsuming themselves into this emerging worldview that AI will replace people or something. And so that really bugs me. So that's separate from a business concern, but it really kind of gets to me.
So AI won't replace people?
AI needs your data. AI is just another way of people expressing themselves. The reason companies like Google and Facebook are taking so much of your data is that they want to be AI companies, and AI needs your data. We should think about the data as the new way that people provide value. And instead of just taking it, we should tell people, hey, you're valuable in this new way. When we have robots everywhere, that doesn't mean you go on welfare. It means you become an expert data provider. You take pride in your data. You make it better and better. And instead we're telling people, oh, we're just going to replace you. You're going to be obsolete. And it's a lie.
It sounds a lot like what Nadella told John a few weeks ago, and that in the future, your data will be a kind of currency. If you want to trade it for something in return, maybe you can. But to just give it away.
Yeah, like I believe in markets, and what we're doing now of just like taking the data and using it to manipulate people is not a real market. It's kind of a fake market. So I think this is a win-win for everybody. Let's admit that data is valuable. Let's pay people for it. Let's motivate them to make it better. Let's get out of the manipulation business. Let's stop laying down this invitation to the worst people in the world to manipulate us.
Right.
meaning Mr. Putin, but let's leave that aside. let's change the incentive structure to make the quality better instead of the manipulation greater.
Yeah, we used to say follow the money. Maybe now it's going to be just as much follow the data. Jaron Lanier, thank you for being with us.
I'm so
here at
happy to be
Postman.
here. I always love this show.
Great to have you.
All right, cool.
This new book on deleting social media, well, maybe not deleting it, but at least taking a break. 10 arguments for deleting your social media accounts right now. It's out now.
Hey there, thanks for checking out CNBC on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe to stay up to date on all of the day's biggest stories. You can also click on any of the videos around me to watch the latest from CNBC. Thanks for watching.